Woo, woo, woo. Day 27. Oh, just 4 more days to go. Wow. I'm, I'm glad I stuck to this. This is pretty good. Um, oh, documentaries I watched. The first one was This Film Is Not Yet Rated. It was from like 2006. It had to do with the MPAA and how they rate movies and just how they're so um, they are lacking the true expertise that they really should have, when it comes to rating some of these films, and they slap them with NC-17s for things that have been done in movies prior that have received R ratings, and getting slapped with an NC-17 is a big deal. If you've heard anything about the movie Bully that was supposed to come out recently, and I'm not sure if it already has or if it's still in the works or whatnot, but it was a documentary about bullying in middle schools and stuff like that, and there was really nothing of a graphic nature to a sense that it would need an NC-17 rating, because the NC-17 rating is basically like getting slapped with an X rating. If I understood the documentary correct, it's like getting slapped with an X, and that's basically like porn. That's a porn rating, to a degree, and it doesn't make sense for some of these documentaries or something like that to be slapped with this kind of a rating, especially when highly doubt that there's any kind of nudity in that movie Bully, that documentary about bullying in middle schools, because I mean, if it was, it would be considered child porn, so, and that's illegal. So I mean, I don't, but whatever, the MPAA sucks ass, but the other documentary I watched was Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. I'll get back into that one. And then the third one was called A Super High Me with Greg Benson, Greg Benson, something like that. This one comedian dude. He went 30 days without smoking pot, and then went 30 days of immensely smoking pot, like just constantly high, basically for a whole 30 days or whatnot. I only watched that because I wanted to see the differences, like in a person doing that type of extreme stuff to their body. Which is why I'm getting into the second documentary that I talked about, which was Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. That's the whole reason. That's part of the reason why I watched Super High Me, was because I just got done with that documentary. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'll watch this one too. Because I was into watching these things about health and your body and everything like that, and which is why I was talking about juicing, I believe, last night. But yeah, it's this guy from Australia did this documentary. If nobody else has seen it, it was done in 2010. Well, that's when it was released. It's on Netflix. If any of the people who watch this got Netflix, and I'll also put a link in the description for like a trailer. If they have it on YouTube, I'll put drop a link in the description bar underneath. This guy basically takes and comes from Australia and goes to New York first to start a juice fast, which is basically nothing but juice for a set amount of time, and he chose 60 days. And for his first 30 days, he stayed in New York because New York, there's food, restaurants galore wherever you walk. Temptation around the corner. And believe it or not, a lot of the places that he went to in New York had juice options. Like a lot of the delis and stuff like that, they actually had a juicer there, and they would juice blends for people and sell them, you know. So it actually was a good thing because it catered to what he was doing. So it helped with the temptation aspect. But then he went on a road trip from New York to California, I believe. He was, cross country road trip for the next 30 days, juicing along the way. And there's two other people in this documentary. One of them he met in New York, and she did juicing for a 10-day fast. Because she wanted to detox or whatever, because she had severe migraines and such like that. And so he kind of talked her into that. And he met this, but he ended up meeting this guy in Iowa or something, or I think he met him in Arizona, but the guy's from Iowa or something like that. His name was Phil Staples, something like that. And met him at a truck stop as a truck driver. He was like 430 pounds and whatnot, and actually had the same disease as the Australian guy, which the Australian guy's never met anybody with the exact same disease that he has. And so he offered his services and whatnot, and went about his way, and told the Phil guy to call him if he decides to do the juicing thing. But at the end of it, he goes and, well, it's the middle of the documentary basically, but the end of his journey, he goes back home to Australia, and he gets a call a couple months later from the Phil guy wanting to do this juice thing. So he ends up going back to Iowa, meeting up with Phil and doing this whole thing, and ends up starts out on a 10-day juice fast, but pushes it to 30, and then pushes it to 60 days, and he kept going for a little longer too, and it's just amazing the change in his body, and it's inspirational. I mean, I would love to do that. I don't know if I can afford $14 per day in produce to do juicing, but it would be nice to at least try to do it as long as I can for 1 week, I would just love to detox my system and feel great, feel energized, and probably be more motivated to work out, and do more walks than I have been, which is disappointing because I'm supposed to do a lot of them and I haven't. But I have done some. It's better than none. So I shouldn't beat myself up about that. But yeah. I don't know. I think I've flapped my gums long enough in this video, but yeah, that was my night last night, and I've been sitting here most of the day, other than I went for a walk, grabbed a coffee, and I did actually walk today. But I've been looking online all day at the price for the mattress that I'm going to get, the bed that I need to get, and the price for the camera, which I'm going to get, that's basically like caters. It's a Canon ELPH HS, something like that. And then although she just got a new one, which looks so sweet. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. And I was looking at juicer prices at Best Buy also, and yeah, it's gonna be kind of interesting. I mean, I can afford all three of them, but I'll wait on the juicer though. I'll wait on the juicer to just do some more research first though before I put my body through all that, you know. Find out the exact recipe for the one juice, the mean green, that Phil only like constantly drank. Get that. Um, and one other like juice, you know, to switch off between. So I have like specific vegetables and stuff, vegetables and fruits that I go for. So I'm like, you know, precise and exact, and I just get that, and then bam, you know, that's what I need. Um, but yeah, that's I gotta do a little more research on the juicing thing before I go for that. But that's something I do want to do. That is, yeah. Um, that's it for today's program. um, well, yeah. So this is the part where it gets kind of complicated because it's like I don't really have an outro. I'm not popular enough to really have an outro or to care about having an outro per se. Don't have music. I'm not a music writer producer, but I mean I could if I really dug for a program I could do something, but don't want to. So on and so forth. But yeah, I don't have like a outro, like a goodbye, special goodbye type thing like a lot of people do. But so just peace.